There are some legends that refuse to die. Stories whispered in taverns, repeated in books, passed down through generations of treasure hunters. One of the most enduring is the question of Captain William Kidd and the treasure he may have hidden. Before he was a legend, before he was a warning to sailors and children alike, William Kidd was a respected sea captain, a privateer, commissioned by the English crown, authorized to attack pirate vessels and enemy ships. He was not supposed to be a pirate. He was supposed to hunt them. In the late 17th century, the seas were crowded with opportunity. Empires were expanding, trade routes were rich, and fortunes could be made or stolen in a single voyage. Kidd set sail in 1696 aboard the Adventure galley, backed by powerful investors, including noblemen and government officials. He had orders, he had a crew, he had expectations, but the voyage did not go as planned. Months passed with little success. No major prizes, no great captures. Tension grew among the crew. Supplies ran low, morale frayed. Then, in 1698, Kidd seized a large merchant ship called the Quedagh Merchant. The vessel was heavily laden with valuable cargo: silks, gold, silver, precious goods from the East Indies. Kidd insisted the capture was legal, that the ship sailed under a French pass, that it was a legitimate prize. But politics shifted quickly, and back in England, powerful allies distanced themselves. What had once been privateering began to look like piracy. By the time Kidd realised the tide had turned, he was a marked man, branded a pirate, an outlaw, facing arrest if he returned openly to British ports. It was during this desperate period that the legend of hidden treasure was born. Kidd sailed to the American colonies, to New York, to the coastlines of New England. And somewhere along the way, he is said to have buried part of his wealth. Insurance, perhaps. A bargaining chip. A hidden reserve in case everything collapsed. In 1699, Kidd buried treasure on Gardiner's Island off the coast of Long Island. This much is documented. He hoped it would secure his pardon, and for a brief moment, it seemed possible. The treasure was recovered, presented as evidence, but it did not save him. Kidd was arrested, transported to England, tried for piracy and murder. In 1701, he was hanged at Execution Dock in London. His body was gibbeted along the River Thames, a warning to other would-be pirates. Public, grim, final, or so it seemed, because while the treasure on Gardiner's Island was real, many believed it was only part of the story. Rumours spread that Kidd had buried far more, that chests of gold and jewels remained hidden, scattered across islands and coastlines, waiting. Over the centuries, countless locations have been proposed: the coast of Long Island, the shores of Connecticut, islands in the Caribbean, even remote stretches of Nova Scotia. In the 19th century, stories placed Kidd's treasure on Oak Island, a small island in Nova Scotia, already famous for its mysterious money pit. Generations dug there, searching, tunnelling, spending fortunes, though no definitive link to Kidd was ever proven. Others believed the treasure lay somewhere along the Hudson River, or buried in hidden coves near New York Harbour. Some claimed cryptic maps existed, others spoke of coded markings carved into rocks. But no confirmed trove beyond Gardiner's Island has ever been recovered, and yet the legend persists. Part of its power lies in the timing. Kidd operated during the so-called Golden Age of piracy, a period romanticised in novels and films, where pirates are portrayed not only as criminals, but as rebels, adventurers, men who challenged empires. Another reason the story endures is because Kidd himself straddled a line. He was not a common pirate from the outset. He had powerful backers, political connections. His fall from grace was dramatic, messy, public. Some historians argue there was no vast hidden fortune. that the wealth of the Quedagh merchant was accounted for, sold, distributed, seized. They suggest that the idea of buried treasure was exaggerated, embellished by rumour, inflated by hopeful imaginations. After all, burying treasure was not as common as popular culture suggests. Pirates typically spent or traded their loot quickly. Ships were their lifelines. Cash was more useful than chests hidden underground. But Kidd did bury treasure once. That fact alone gives oxygen to the myth. If he buried some, why not more? Treasure hunters continue to search. Metal detectors sweep quiet beaches at dusk. Divers explore coastal waters. Historians comb through faded documents, looking for clues, looking for inconsistencies, looking for that one overlooked detail that could point to a hidden cache. In recent years, even a small piece of silver recovered near Madagascar was briefly linked to Kidd. Excitement flared. Headlines followed, but deeper analysis cast doubt. The object was likely not pirate treasure at all. Still, the cycle repeats. Discovery, speculation, disappointment, and renewed hope. Because the idea is irresistible. Somewhere, beneath sand or soil, in a place walked over 1,000 times, could lie a chest untouched for more than 3 centuries, coins stamped with distant empires, jewels wrapped in rotting cloth, gold dulled by time. Waiting. But the truth may be simpler. William Kidd was executed, his reputation destroyed, his name cemented in infamy. The treasure recovered from Gardiner's Island may have been all there was. The rest, a story that grew in the telling, a legend shaped by longing, by the universal desire to believe that fortunes can be hidden and found. That history still holds secrets, just beneath the surface. So where is William Kidd's treasure hidden? Perhaps it lies nowhere at all. Perhaps it was spent, seized, or scattered long ago. Or perhaps, in some quiet corner of the Atlantic world, beneath shifting earth and tangled roots, a fragment of that lost wealth still sleeps, unmarked, unclaimed, and waiting for someone to finally uncover it. You've been listening to an audio podcast about the legend of William Kidd's hidden treasure, a tale of piracy, politics, and a mystery that has endured for more than 300 years. If you found this episode interesting, thought-provoking, or informative, please take a moment to like this episode, subscribe to the podcast, and share it with others who enjoy mysterious stories from our dark history. Your support helps us continue exploring real cases, real history, and the stories that shaped the past. Thank you for listening. This has been History's Mysterious Minds.